Hi students, so I figured out what program we're going to use for our 2D animation. We're going to use Pencil 2D. So type in Pencil 2D, all one word, and hit enter, and look for the www.pencil2d.org website. Click the download option. Otherwise, if you're on the main page, you can click the download menu at the top and it will bring you here. I'm going to select 64-bit. If you know that you don't have 64 and you know you do have 32, then use that one. Otherwise, I'm sure you're safe with 64-bit. Okay, I want to put that in my digital arts folder. If you don't have a digital arts folder, then create one. I have mine in my D drive, and I have a special folder that's labeled Block 4 under 2019-20 school year Digital Arts 2. And I have created a Pencil 2D folder inside of there. I will go in that folder and I'm going to save this there. It is a zipped file. It is not an installer like you're used to having with your other programs that we've used at this school. It's not going to be installed. It will open directly, but we have to unzip it first. So click this arrow and show in folder. Otherwise, you can just go into your folders and manually go into where you saved it and find it. We must extract it. To extract a zipped file, you can see the zipper, right click and extract all. It is going to save it into your Pencil 2D folder. And I am going to just click extract and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to just follow my breadcrumb trail back and go back into my Pencil 2D folder, and you'll notice that I have a zipped folder and now I have a duplicate of that, but it's unzipped. So I'll right click and delete my zipped folder. I don't need that anymore. Double click here. Oh, and it put a Pencil 2D folder inside of that one. And inside of that folder is where you'll find the pencil2d.exe file, and that is a little pencil logo there. Double click and the program opens right up. So I just wanted to quickly introduce what's going on here, okay? Do you remember when you used to make the little flip books for animation? This is the same thing. Each one, this is your timeline, okay? When you have animation, you have a timeline and you have frames. So this is like your little flip book. This is frame 1, and this is frame 2, and frame 3, and frame 4. And you just keep on drawing on each of the different frames to create your animation. When you play the play button, it will play your animation for you, okay? But I need to explain something to you, something that's really cool. We're going to use the bitmap layer. We've talked about bitmaps. These are raster graphics. They are made up of pixels. They do have a vector layer. We're not going to get into that this time. So I'm going to click on the bitmap frame and make sure I have a pencil selected, and I will draw a ball, okay? And I'm going to just animate a ball falling and bouncing as my goal. So I've got my first frame. I need to click this little plus right here. It says add frame. And when I do that, my ball in the first frame turns red so I can see where that was at. Now, if this ball is not showing up red for you, come over here. That means that this little icon that says onion skin previous frame is not selected. Click it and so that it's blue. And if it's not red, that means that you don't have onion skin color red selected. It's gray instead. So click to make it red. Okay, now let's go ahead. We're in frame 2 and let's draw the next frame. There we go. Okay, so my current frame that I'm drawing is in black. Let's come down here and click add a frame. Okay, now we can see frame 2 is in red. Let's add our next drawing, and then I just want to show you what's going on now. So if I click on frame 2 down here at the bottom, you'll notice that I can see my onion skins. Okay, the red onion skin is showing me the frame before frame 2, and the blue onion skin is showing me the frame after. If you don't have a blue onion skin, then come over here and click on the onion skin next frame and make sure that it's in blue, and make sure that it's also selected to be the color blue. Okay, now we can change the number of onion skins that we see going up to Edit, Preferences. So if you go down here to Tools, it says maximum onion opacity. Opacity means that you can't see through it. So if you increase the opacity to 100%, then it will get darker and darker and darker and darker. So you'll notice, look at how dark they are. Okay, but I like to have that opacity at about 40 so that it's a little lighter and the current layer that I'm working on stands out more. You can have minimum onion opacity set. I've got mine at 20. You can change that and see what it does. Then the number of previous onion frames, I have set at 1. That's why I'm only seeing 1 here. I can increase that to see more than 1 if I wanted to see, like, say 3. Number of next onion frames shown is at 1, so I can increase that to show 3. Let's see how that's going to impact my drawings now. So I'm going to go over to frame 3 again, and I'll click Add a New Keyframe, and I'm going to just draw. And you'll notice that because I changed my settings, I can see all 3 of my previous onion skins. Okay, let's add another one, and now I can see only 3. All right. And that probably, I'm going to hit Control Z because I'm not crazy about the way that one turned out. I'm not crazy about that. This is, you know, that's the one thing about this program. It's not totally easy. Okay, I'm going to click Add a New One. Okay, add a new one. Add a new one. These aren't very good drawings, are they? I was just trying to give you an idea, though. Oh my goodness, of how to do it. Okay. Okay, so we can go back through my different keyframes and we can look at what I've got. So there's my first keyframe, it's my second, and now you'll notice because I had the settings set, I can see 3 before and 3 after. I can see what's happening with my keyframes. It's pretty fun, huh? Now, the other thing I can do is I can just play it and see how it's going to look. So I'm going to make sure that I have this loop icon selected in blue, and now let's press play. Maybe mine wasn't selected in blue. Now it is. Hey, pretty cool. Now I've got my frame speed set at 24 frames per second. I know when I came in, it was set at 12. So I'm going to hit enter and set it at 12, and I'm going to see how it looks when it's set at 12. Oh, it bounces a little bit slower. Okay, maybe I'm going to go up to 16 and see. It's kind of fun. One thing I want to just, I'm going to also attach a little image about the stretch and squash effect that a ball will have when it bounces. And I want you to incorporate that stretch and squash into your drawing. So this looks like this could be a perfect activity for the first assignment due on Tuesday. I think that you could pretty easily get this done in an hour or 2 at the most. So let's go ahead and click File, Save As, and I am in the Pencil 2D folder, my digital arts. I can see that breadcrumb trail up there, and let's always, it has an extension of PCLX, okay, so we're only going to be able to open that up in a Pencil 2D program. So don't try to open it in other programs because it's probably not going to look the way it's supposed to. Go into your Pencil 2D program and then open your files from there. I will put my first and last name, and I want you to put your first and last name always at the beginning of your files, just like putting your name on your paper. And you can call this bouncing ball. Let's call it 2D animation. Let's be specific because I'm teaching a 3D animation class too. Bouncing ball 2D animation, and click save. You just go ahead and submit that to the Dropbox for me. That'll be your week 1 assignment, the bouncing ball assignment. Simple. Everybody can do that. Incorporate that stretch and squash for me, please.